Canada has clarified an important maintained status work rule for foreign workers waiting for a decision on their work permit renewal. Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada has reorganized and updated its program delivery instructions on continued authorization to work under paragraph R 186U of the Immigration and Refugee Protection Regulations. The update was published on April 27, 2026, and it does not create a new work permit extension pathway. Instead, it explains the existing rules more clearly for workers, employers, human resources teams, and immigration representatives. The biggest change is the interim proof of work letter. This letter, often known as the WPXT letter, is now valid for 365 days instead of 180 days. IRCC automatically sends this letter when eligible workers apply online to renew their work permit before it expires. The letter helps workers show employers, health insurance providers, and other institutions that they are allowed to keep working while their renewal application is being processed. However, the key clarification is that work authorization does not automatically stop when the letter expires. If IRCC has not finalized the renewal application by the date shown on the letter, eligible workers may continue working until a final decision is made, as long as they still meet the requirements under R 186 U. Workers do not need to ask IRCC for a second interim proof of work letter. To qualify, a worker must have applied to renew their work permit before the original permit expired. They must also remain in Canada after the original work permit expires and continue following the same conditions listed on the expired permit, except for the expiry date. This means employer-specific work permit holders generally must keep working for the same employer, in the same job, and at the same location. Open work permit holders may continue working under the conditions of their open permit unless restrictions are listed. The update is especially important because IRCC processing times for work permits inside Canada, including extensions, are currently listed at 227 days. Earlier in 2026, processing times climbed as high as 259 days. With more than 314,000 work permits expiring in the first quarter alone, many workers and employers needed clearer guidance. There are also important caveats. If a worker leaves Canada after their work permit expires, their ability to keep working under R 186U can end. Even if they are allowed to re-enter Canada, they generally cannot resume work until IRCC issues the new work permit. If a renewal application is refused, the worker must stop working immediately. They may have 90 days to apply for restoration of status, but they cannot work during restoration. Workers who apply on paper do not receive the automated WPEXT letter and should keep proof of submission, payment, and delivery. Temporary resident permit holders also cannot rely on maintained status in the same way. The main takeaway is simple. Eligible workers who applied on time, stayed in Canada, and followed their permit conditions may keep working while IRCC processes their renewal, even if the 365-day letter expires.